Greetings, listeners. I'm Dr. Tom Kovacs, and welcome to God's Healing Oasis, where we're changing the health of the world one family at a time. On each show, we'll discuss vital topics on God's plan for your health. Once again, my name is Dr. Tom Kovacs. I'm a contributor to 2 New York Times best-selling books, Body by God, The Owner's Manual for Maximized Living, and 1 Minute Wellness, the natural health and happiness system that never fails. I'm also a contributor to the New York Roadrunners Club Complete Guide to Running and past contributor to Love Express Christian newspaper. I've authored numerous articles on health and wellness and have been featured on NBC News and New York One News. I've also spoken at over 35 churches and many businesses in the tri-state area, and I would love to come speak at yours as well. I'm a Christian and have been practiced for over 30 years as a doctor of chiropractic, and I've helped thousands of people to better health without drugs and surgery, God's way. Should you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always reach me in my office at 212-883-6100. That's 212-883-6100, or email me at godshealingoasis@yahoo.com. That's godshealingoasis@yahoo.com. I truly believe that today's show is one of my best, if not the best show I've ever recorded. So if you're driving, please pull over and listen. If you're doing housework, stop. If you're cooking, turn off the oven. If you're doing homework, do it later. If you're with your loved one, well, finish fast. Seriously, today's show will be amazing, and I guarantee you it will give you an understanding of your body like never before. Today, I'd like to talk to you all about the chemistry of life. So how did it all start? In the beginning, that one lucky sperm cell from your dad swam faster than up to 1.2 billion other sperm cells to find your mother's egg. Once that superior sperm cell found her egg, fertilization took place. In contrast, your mom had only about 450 mature eggs in her lifetime able to be fertilized. And then the miracle of life began. That one fertilized egg, you, underwent cell division and 2 cells formed, then 4 cells formed, then 8, then 16, then 32 cells, then 64, then 128, on and on and on. Until 16 days later, that blob of cells first turned into your brain, which then made your spinal cord, your nerves, and all of your organs, glands, muscles, joints, tendons, ligaments, blood vessels, etc. Today, that one cell that started your body, by the grace of God, has turned into between 100 and 200 trillion cells. That's the number 1 or number 2, followed by 14 zeros. That is truly amazing if you ask me. Each one of those cells are basic building blocks of all living things. Your cells provide structure for the body. They take in nutrients from food. They convert those nutrients into energy and carry out specialized functions. Each one of your cells produces chemicals that create the chemistry of life, your existence. Have you ever thought about how your body actually works on a cellular level? How do your lungs breathe? How does your heart pump blood? How does your stomach break down your food? How does your intestines absorb food, or how do your muscles work? Well, I'll break it all down for you today. Our God is so amazing that each one of us are made up of trillions of cells that are specifically grouped together to form different things in our body. We have trillions of cells that make up over 650 muscles in our body. Trillions of cells make up the 206 bones in your body. Trillions of cells make up over 60 organs in your body. And trillions of cells make up 14 glands in your body. Each of these structures produce specific chemicals that control and coordinate every function in your amazingly awesome body. Without these cells, you could not exist. It's estimated your body undergoes at least 400 billion chemical reactions each and every second of your life. For every second of your life as well. If we have 100 to 200 trillion cells in our bodies, then we have 1,000 times more cells in our bodies than the number of stars God put into the Milky Way galaxy. How truly amazing is that? Interestingly enough, these chemical reactions occur even when you're sleeping. You don't even have to think about the chemistry of life happening. So how does God make all these things happen in your body? How do all the functions necessary for you to survive and thrive happen to you every second of every day? Well, the answer is chemistry. When God made you, he made specific cells to produce. When God made you, he made specific cells to produce hydrochloric acid, to break down the food you're eating. These cells are called parietal cells. And when God packed together a bunch of these parietal cells, we call that group of cells your stomach. If all of your parietal cells are producing the correct amount of hydrochloric acid, you break down your food properly. However, if these parietal cells in your stomach, for some odd reason, are not producing the right amount of hydrochloric acid at the right time, your stomach will likely develop heartburn, indigestion, or possibly hiatal hernias and ulcers. God also made specific cells in your body to produce adrenaline, and these are cells that produce and get together and make up the adrenal glands. Adrenaline is responsible for releasing blood sugar into your body. If you're making the right amount of adrenaline, you're awake, alert, receptive. If your adrenal glands are producing too much adrenaline and blood sugar, another part of your body produces insulin to lower the blood sugar levels. The group of cells that God gave you that produce insulin to lower blood sugar levels is called the pancreas. If your pancreas cells are producing the correct amount of insulin, your blood sugar levels are stable. If your pancreas is producing too much or too little insulin, you could develop diabetes. God also gave you trillions of cells that make cholesterol. Cholesterol is necessary for brain nourishment, to maintain the health of your cell membranes, to produce hormones in your body, and to make up the bile acids that digest food in your intestines. About 80% of your much-needed cholesterol is made by cells that we call the liver. If your liver cells are producing the right amount of cholesterol, everything is good. If your liver cells make too much cholesterol, heart disease and heart attacks may occur. If your lungs, which process air that we breathe, are processing it properly, if the cells are working optimally, they'll take the oxygen out of air, and we will use that as energy, and it will get rid of the carbon monoxide that's in the oxygen that we're breathing. Okay, if everything in your lungs are working properly, this is a process that occurs optimally. If cells in your lung are not producing or not pulling out the right amount of oxygen or processing the air that we're breathing, we can develop things like asthma and allergies and bronchitis. Same thing with your reproductive organs. If a male or female's reproductive organ cells are producing the right amount of sperm cells and egg cells, we can have viable pregnancies. Okay, unfortunately, if male or female are not producing the right amount of sperm cells or egg cells, if their reproductive organs are not functioning properly, then we can develop infertility. If our thyroid cells are producing the right amount of hormones at the right amount of time, okay, our thyroid will work optimally. Unfortunately, if our thyroid cells are not producing the right amount of hormones at the right amount of time, we can develop hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism. Same thing with our heart. If our heart's producing proper amount of cells, every one of the cells in our heart can help pump blood through our body on an optimal way. So as you can see, every single cell has a responsibility to allow you to function and heal at 100% of your God-given healing potential. If every cell in your body is producing some type of chemical, that allows you to live optimally. Now let's look at some miracles of life and just some unbelievable facts that I'd like to share with you about your body and health and healing. Your heart cells beat about 3 billion times in an average person's lifetime. Our lung cells process over 2 million liters of air every single day without even thinking. The surface area of your lungs, if all the cells are functioning properly, is approximately the same size as a tennis court. There are more bacteria in your body than the number of cells in your body. But if your immune cells are functioning optimally, they'll kill those bacteria. Our brain is more complex than the most powerful computer and has over 100 billion nerve cells. Each cell in your body has an estimated 6 to 8 feet of DNA. The total length of your circulatory system stretches an amazing 60,000 miles. That is more than twice the distance around the Earth. In 1 square inch of skin, there are 4 yards of nerve fibers, 600 pain sensors, 1,300 nerve cells, 9,000 nerve endings, 36 heat sensors, 75 pressure sensors, 100 sweat glands, 3 million cells, and 3 yards of blood vessels. Except for your brain cells, 50 million of the cells in your body will have died or been replaced by others by the time I finished reading this sentence, which is pretty amazing. The liver is often called the body's chemical factory. Scientists have counted over 500 liver functions. Your central nervous system is connected to every part of your body by 43 pairs of nerves. 12 pairs go to and from the brain, with 31 pairs going from the spinal cord. There are nearly 45 miles of nerves running through our body. Messages travel along the nerves as electrical impulses. They travel at speeds up to 248 miles an hour. Your eye cells can distinguish up to 1 million color surfaces and take in more information than the largest telescope known to man. Our hearing is so sensitive it can distinguish between hundreds of thousands of different sounds. We give birth to 100 billion red blood cells every day and about 2 million red blood cells every second. During the first month of life, the number of nerve connections or synapses dramatically increases from 50 trillion to 1 quadrillion. If an infant's body grew at a comparable rate, his weight would increase from 8.5 pounds at birth to 170 pounds at 1 month of age. If a person has 2/3 of their liver removed from trauma or surgery, it will grow back to its original size in 4 weeks' time. On average, you breathe 23,000 times a day, and you take about 600 million breaths during your lifetime. You know, I don't know about you, but these facts are amazing. We have such an amazing God that allows all this to happen in our body. And once again, it can only happen if all the cells are producing the right chemicals at the right time. So, as you can see, every single cell has a responsibility to allow you to function and heal at 100% of your God-given health potential. If every cell in your body is producing some type of chemical that allows you to live, optimal health and healing will occur. So how then does God magically allow all of your cells to produce the right amount of chemicals at the right amount of time to provide you with 100% healing? How does every gland, organ, muscle, joint, tendon, ligament, blood vessel work in unison to allow you to experience health? The answer: through a network of nearly 1 million miles of nerve fibers that control and coordinate every function of every cell in your body. These nerves, if functioning properly, will allow every cell in your body to perform its individual activity and produce the right chemical at the right time for 100% of your God-given health to be expressed 100% of the time. If this is all true, then why do we get sick, ill, diseased, and die? Why do we develop headaches and dizziness and head colds and vision problems? Why do we have sinus trouble or allergies, sore throats, and tonsillitis? Why is it that we have pain reading down our elbow or arm, shoulders, hands, and fingers? Why do we have difficulty breathing and asthma? Why do we have heart conditions and chest pains? Why is it that we have bronchitis and hiatal hernias and liver conditions? Why is it that we have stomach troubles like indigestion, heartburn, gastritis, and ulcers? Why do we have chronic tiredness, irritable bowel, constipation, diarrhea? Why do we have sterility and bladder problems and bedwetting and knee pains and sciatica? Well, the unfortunate thing is there's some particular type of disconnect within our nervous system. Now, every single cell in your body, you now know, is under the direct control of some particular nerve fibers. When these nerve fibers are grouped together, they make up nerves. As the nerves bring messages back from the cells, they come from the spinal cord first. The spinal cord follows all the way back up to the brain. So the brain is a central computer of your body that sends messages down the spinal cord, that comes out through your spinal nerves, that's broken down into millions of nerve fibers that bring messages to every single cell in your body. Now, only if your brain can send messages down the spinal cord and out through these nerve fibers will all the cells in your body work optimally. So how is it that doesn't happen? How is it that by the grace of God, we start to develop these pains and symptoms and aches and pains? Well, God gave us optimal health and healing, okay? He says he knows the plans he has for us, plans to prosper us and not to harm us. So the unfortunate thing is when God gave us our spine, which is made up of 24 freely movable vertebrae, if these vertebrae move out of position, there'll be pressure on the nerves, putting some particular type of organ or gland or muscle or joint at a state of dis-ease or lack of normal ease. Now, we've opened up a limited number of appointments in our office for listeners this week to come in for a consultation any and all x-rays that we need to take to evaluate the health of your spine and nervous system. First set of adjustments if we can help, and doctor's report of findings. This is usually over $300 worth of services, and it's usually a 2 or 3 day process in our office, and we're doing this all for just a limited number of people for $20 per person or $40 for an entire family. But you need to call us now and leave your name and message on our machine, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. The number is 212-883-6100. That's 212-883-6100. Call us now. Once again, it's over $300 worth of services for only $20. So, how do we develop all these problems? Well, our spine has a tendency to move out of alignment from very, very early on in our life, from the birth process, from learning how to walk, from falling asleep in a stroller. All of these things have a tendency to throw our spine out of alignment, especially our neck, upper back area. Puts pressure on the nerves, not allowing 100% healing to flow through the rest of the body optimally, and the body starts a process of breakdown. We get older, we start texting, cradling a phone between our ear and shoulder, carrying bags on our shoulders. We have slips and falls. We have work stress. We have athletic type activities. We have car accidents. We have bad habits. We do housework. That's not a bad habit, but we have bad habits. We have slips and falls. We bend. We have wallets in our back pockets. We cross our legs. We're constantly doing things to throw our spine out of alignment. So God gave us optimal health and healing. He wants nothing but the best for us. The unfortunate thing, all these things that we do throughout the course of our lives, throw our spine out of alignment, put pressure on the nerves, interrupt the communicating pathway from brain to cell. Those cells can't produce the right amount of chemicals at the right time, and then our body starts a process of breakdown. So if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, please give our office a call at 212-883-6100 for your life-changing appointment. We have such an amazing God. We have such an amazing God who wants nothing but the absolute best for us. And I want to share something with you that'll just show you how much God loves you and how much he wants us to be healthy and how much he wants us to be optimally healthy, not just now, but forever. So what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to find a quiet place right now. Just sit down, close your eyes, pray for a minute, ask God for healing, whatever problems that you may be having. Ask God for his strength and his wisdom and his guidance and his leadership. And listen to this next bit and just realize how much God really loves you. So close your eyes and listen to this.
The words you are about to experience are true. They will change your life if you let them. For they come from the very heart of God. He loves you, and he is the Father you have been looking for all your life. This is his love letter to you. My child, you may not know me, but I know everything about you. I know when you sit down and when you rise up. I am familiar with all your ways. Even the very hairs on your head are numbered, for you were made in my image. In me you live and move and have your being. For you are my offspring. I knew you even before you were conceived. I chose you when I planned creation. You were not a mistake, for all your days are written in my book. I determined the exact time of your birth and where you would live. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. I knit you together in your mother's womb and brought you forth on the day you were born. I have been misrepresented by those who don't know me. I am not distant and angry, but am the complete expression of love. And it is my desire to lavish my love on you, simply because you are my child and I am your father. I offer you more than your earthly father ever could. For I am the perfect Father. Every good gift that you receive comes from my hand. For I am your provider and I meet all your needs. My plan for your future has always been filled with hope, because I love you with an everlasting love. My thoughts toward you are countless as the sand on the seashore, and I rejoice over you with singing. I will never stop doing good to you, for you are my treasured possession. I desire to establish you with all my heart and all my soul, and I want to show you great and marvelous things. If you seek me with all your heart, you will find me. Delight in me, and I will give you the desires of your heart. For it is I who gave you those desires. I am able to do more for you than you could possibly imagine. For I am your greatest encourager. I am also the Father who comforts you in all your troubles. When you are brokenhearted, I am close to you. As a shepherd carries a lamb, I have carried you close to my heart. One day, I will wipe away every tear from your eyes, and I'll take away all the pain you have suffered on this earth. I am your Father, and I love you even as I love my Son Jesus. For in Jesus my love for you is revealed. He is the exact representation of my being. He came to demonstrate that I am for you, not against you, and to tell you that I am not counting your sins. Jesus died so that you and I could be reconciled. His death was the ultimate expression of my love for you. I gave up everything I loved that I might gain your love. If you receive the gift of my Son Jesus, you receive me. And nothing will ever separate you from my love again. Come home and I'll throw the biggest party heaven has ever seen. I have always been Father, and will always be Father. My question is, will you be my child? I am waiting for you. Love, your dad, Almighty God.
So if you've been praying and asking God for a miracle in health and healing, we'd really love to be able to see what we can do to help you. God made an amazing, amazing human being that's listening to this radio show right now. And we know that your body is self-healing and self-regulating. So if you're ready for a change, if you're ready to hopefully get off of medications and hopefully avoid unnecessary surgeries and just maximize your God-given health potential, please give our office a call at 212-883-6100. That's 212-883-6100. We've seen miracles in our office in the past 30 plus years I've been in practice, and I really pray and hope you get to experience them as well. So give our office a call at 212-883-6100. We're located on 41st Street between Park and Madison, 1 block south of Grand Central Terminal. I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you gained valuable information as to how your body works and what the chemistry of life is all about. I'm hoping to hear from each and every one of you, but please pick up that phone, give us a call at 212-883-6100 and expect a miracle. God bless. I'm Dr. Tom. Have a blessed and highly favored day.